Greetings from the Beach Hut. I received samples in the mail yesterday, so I wanted to talk about some foundations and concealers that I am trying. I still have quite a few foundations I need to finish up, but most of the foundations that I have either parabens or phenoxyethanol. I also use the Bare Minerals foundation, but that's a bit drying for me at 53. Not a problem in the summer, definitely a problem in the winter. So I wanted to try to see if I could go with something more moisturizing and also something more natural, organic-y if possible. I think the new organics have gone such a long way. I can remember trying organics in the 80s and not so much. But the new organic product that's coming out is really quite nice, and the new natural organic product, and by natural I mean natural product as opposed to greenwash products that are mostly natural but then preserved with phenoxyethanol or something like that. I'm really talking about those companies that are working on making and creating products that don't have those preservatives that aren't very good for us. I did try the 100% pure, and as you know, I didn't like the foundation. I found that very drying. I found it settled into the wrinkles, and I found it orangey and kind of cakey. I did try their tinted moisturizer, and I liked it, but there was hardly any coverage, so I couldn't really figure out how a tinted moisturizer would work for me. Also, I'm always fond of saying with the 100% pure that there's nothing people can object to, but in fact, one of my viewers, and you can check in the comments below, on my 100% pure videos mentioned that it has the Japanese honeysuckle, and that some people are worried about that Japanese honeysuckle as a faux paraben. It is a natural product. So I jumped on and I looked at some of the information about that, and I can say this: there's a really interesting debate about Japanese honeysuckle. At this point, as far as I can see, it's just at the stage of arguments as people start to formulate hypotheses to work from. There's no real studies that you can kind of anchor and go, yeah, that would be it. So for me, it's kind of a question mark product. I'm not sure. I mention it here because the tinted moisturizer does have the Japanese honeysuckle in it. Many of the 100% pure cosmetics don't. The cream blush did, but of all the products by 100% pure that I use, the only ones that would have had it would have been the foundation, the tinted moisturizer, and the primer. The primer is something I will continue to use and then not reorder, not because it has the Japanese honeysuckle, but because I'm just not seeing a lot of benefit to it. I also started to look into Vapour Organic Beauty. They have a really nice website. You should go check that out. The story there is that the ex-president of Kevin Kwan apparently saw this foundation. Somebody saw it and he said, yes, this is great, and he was looking for kind of new directions in cosmetics. Vapour Beauty, one of the things I love is that it allows you to just get samples. So for $5.50 I got some samples. I think they said their sample pack was $15 online, so I must have gotten it some sort of special, which I already don't remember. But I don't mind paying for samples. If it's products that I really want to try, I'm perfectly happy to pay for samples. Particularly companies that are new and starting out can't afford to be sending product samples everywhere, and so I really don't mind paying for the samples. They did send a nice brochure. This, for example, is a chart that allows you to look and to see what your conditions or concerns are, and then to match you up with the right product, which was nice. They had color samples. One of the things that I will complain about, I always complain about something, don't I? But one of the things is that whenever I get into these natural organic products, they are not the best on color. They seem to think that if we want to go natural and organic, we want to look natural and organic and don't want to play with color. So it's sometimes difficult to find a natural organic company that provides you with any color range at all. I could pick up to 5 samples, and I almost picked them right, but I didn't. I did want to try foundations. I did want to try concealers. I got that. I got the foundation in 2 shades, the 2 lightest, and I got the concealer in the lightest shade. There are fewer choices on the concealer. I did get one color product, which I haven't tried yet, and I did get a lip balm. And if I had to do it over again, I would have gotten this Skin Perfector, which is, I take it something like a primer illuminator. I can't really figure it out, but I would have liked to have tried that. The other thing they sent was something that showed some of the products on the front, and then on the back told you how to use their products. So one of my objections is they have this absolutely gorgeous model who needs nothing, and they show her transformed. Beautiful before, beautiful after. Doesn't help me. I mean, I look at somebody and I go, oh wow, they're perfect. Oh wow, they're perfect. So I prefer it when they use models who actually need some sort of correction so you can see what went on. Okay, so I got these little samples, and again, I don't mind the sizes. I'm not begrudging it. I just need enough to try the product. And I got it in 2 colors. This is actually the concealing color in 10, and this is the luminous foundation in 100, and then there's another in 90. And right now I'm a slightly darker shade of white right now because it's summer, and so I just tried the 100 this morning, and the claim here is that it just goes on like a second skin, and I can honestly say it does. The coverage was light to medium. It is not a heavy coverage. They do have 2 types. These are samples of the stick foundation, which they recommend for aging skin and for dry skin, and then there is a pump. The pump is heavy coverage, and it is designed for younger and oilier skin. So I wish I were younger and oilier because I would have preferred the pump, but I'm okay with the stick. Basically, it looks like that, or this is the same foundation. It was kind of interesting. It came out looking very different. That was one, and I'm not sure if this melted or if I accidentally ordered the pump form. Hard to know. So I'll have to find out. I used it this morning. As you can see, it is more illuminating. And I put it on really heavy there. Now it's light, and as you can see, it blends into my skin. It does as well on my face. So first impressions were that these are definitely foundations that I would use. I just have to remember to use that sunscreen. I somehow like this idea of layering sunscreen. I don't really know if it does any good or not, but I'll sometimes think if a little sunscreen is good, a lot of sunscreen has to be better, and so I get it, you know, on my face and then in my moisturizer and then in my makeup on top of it. Don't know that I need that. And here was the concealer. It was a tiny sample, but again, plenty, and I thought it did okay. I still have quite a bit of discoloration under here. There, you can get a good look at it, but it is illuminating at least. This is over the Tarte eraser that I generally use, so I would prefer a little bit more coverage. I'm going to try going a little bit heavier on this throughout the week and just see. I'm hard on concealers, but I'm hard on concealers for a reason. Number one, it's a product I really need. I need it more than a foundation, so the foundations I'm pretty forgiving about, although I found with this I didn't need to be forgiving. Vapour Organic Beauty is really a nice second skin. I did need to do some more concealing on my ugly age spots. It didn't do that, but it did, you know, do a nice job in general. And it is not noticeable. I mean, you look and I was going, whoa, it just really blends into the skin nicely. Again, I worry that it might be a little dry in the winter, but I'd have to report back on that in the winter because right now I'm not having my usual wicked, unnaturally dry skin issues because I'm at the beach. It's nice, it's humid. I just wanted to pop on and say Vapour Organic Beauty, so far definitely a product line that I am going to be playing around with and looking at a little bit more. I have to say I'm not enticed by their color possibilities. They are what I expect to see from organic natural companies, which is to say various shades of taupes and light browns and roses and everything on the subtle natural side. I love to play with color, and so while I have these natural sensibilities, my aesthetic is definitely not natural. My aesthetic is, whoa, give me some color, give me some cosmetics, let me play. Such is my life. That is me in my skin. That's it for today. I managed to make this longer than it probably should have been, but I will keep reporting back to you on Vapour Organic Beauty as I use them a little bit more. One of the great things about my New Year's resolution to go without phenoxyethanol, to go without parabens, to use products that were healthier and good for me, is that I'm just having a ball trying out various products. Who knows, maybe I should have, like, instead of being a PhD and a professor, maybe I should have been a product tester. 53, been teaching at university for over, if you count my teaching in graduate school, 32 years. So I think it's a little late in the day to swap careers. Oh well. That's it. Make it a fantastic, great day. Bye.